It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. All right, you start.
Calico.
Leopard.
Tabby.
Panther.
You going with the big cats right off the bat?
Yeah, dude.
Tuxedo.
Lion.
There's a cat by the name of Munchkin Cat.
Okay. Jaguar.
Damn. Panther.
Sphinx.
That's not a real thing.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know we had some rules behind it. Okay, then I'll change mine to make you happy. I'll go with African serval.
Interesting. I'm going to go with...
Don't make that noise into the mic.
What? Sorry.
That's going to be really loud.
I fell asleep there for a
Oh,
second.
did you?
I had a dream that we were talking about cats.
Oh, man, that's insane, dude. Good thing I woke you up with this bucket of water.
Oh.
Here's a towel.
Thank you.
Pat yourself off. I said pat yourself off. Don't
don't
box into the mic.
I'm sorry. Hey, everybody. Welcome. That was a little bit from our new play that we're writing. It's called Cat Showdown.
Yeah, or also Cats 2, the musical, part 2.
That movie is going to be gross.
I won't watch it.
I won't either.
Welcome to another episode of ICBTB podcast.
It can't be that bad podcast.
Yeah. What were we going to say?
I will not ever want Idris Elba to be James Bond because he is in the Cats movie.
Oh, really? Is he in the Cats movie?
Yes.
Oh, man. So that's the deal breaker.
That's my reason. Also,
nothing else.
Even before then, I said he should never be James Bond because whenever I see him, I only think of him from The Office now.
Really? Was he in The Office?
He was in like 4 or 5 episodes of The Office.
Was he super funny?
No, but he was a dick to Jim, and nobody's a dick to Jim Halpert. Nobody's a dick to Jim Halpert.
Well, that's because Jim will always get back at you.
Jim will fix it. No, never mind. So we watched the movie.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We watched the movie. It's a 1992 movie. This was actually a suggestion. This movie was suggested to us.
Oh, yeah.
It was. It was suggested by a gentleman by the name of Justin Costa.
All right.
Costa.
I'll go with Costa.
Let's go, and I'll say Costa.
Justin Costa. Thank you very much. And he's a member at the gym that you work at, right?
He is, yeah. He's become a friend of mine, if I can say that without asking permission. But definitely a supporter of the podcast. He follows us on Instagram. He's a good supporter, guys. You know what he does? He likes our pictures. He comments. He shares our stuff. He's a good friend.
So learn a thing or two.
Listen up, Mom.
Listen up, my mom.
But we watched the movie he suggested called Sleepwalkers.
So, Justin, stick around until the end. We'll give you 1,000 shout-outs.
1,000 shout-outs. Justin contacted us, and he wanted to let me know to watch this movie. What he said was... Let me see if I can go ahead and find what it was that he said, because it's right here. Okay, this movie to him was so scary as a kid, but he loved to watch it. It's like the Broadway show Cats meets the movie Carrie meets Fancy Feast. All set in the much simpler time of 1992. It's going to be great. I had a great time watching this movie. I don't like Stephen King films because they're scary. And this
you don't like any horror films because they're scary.
This one wasn't scary, but it was kind of gross.
Yeah, it was gruesome and like very visually disturbing, might I say.
And for that, it was rated R. Had a runtime of 89 minutes. Was rated 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Such a weird way to say it, but continue. I'm listening.
Spanish weird? Is Spanish weird, Christian?
No, it was like your body language. The listeners can't see it because this is a podcast, but you were also like, you were pumping your chest in and out. It was like...
they can't... I should take this makeup off then.
Oh.
It had 25% on Rotten Tomatoes and 38% on the Metacritic.
Yeah.
Do you know how much it got on the Google?
85% is my guess.
83%. Wow, you're getting better, bro.
Thank you very much.
Directed by a gentleman named Mike Garris. He is also the director of Critters 2.
Oh, wow.
Which he co-wrote along with the movie Fly 2. And Hocus Pocus. He wrote Hocus Pocus.
Wow, really?
Yep. He was a writer for Hocus Pocus.
Okay, good job, man.
Here's a synopsis coming at you.
Right at you.
It's actually not written down. I started writing it, but then it was really long. And I got lazy. So, newcomers, Charles and Mary, settle into town. The local residents suspect nothing, that they're shapeshifters. And then I'll switch to my phone.
That's as far as you got on your notebook?
Shapeshifters. Let's just take it all from the top. When newcomers Charles and his mother, Mary, settle into town, the local residents do not suspect that they're shapeshifters looking to feed on the town's virgin girls. Charles quickly befriends Why?
What's up?
Nothing, buddy.
Why are you upset?
I didn't realize that the girls had to be virgins because they didn't...
Really? That's like the first thing that is prefaced in the
movie.
movie.
But why does it always have to be virgins? Like, that's who has to be sacrificed. That's who has to be eaten.
It's always weird lore. And like in the way that it was brought up in the description at the beginning of the film, they don't even call them virgins. They said virginal females.
That's why it threw me off.
Super weird.
I thought that just meant like young girls.
Yeah, no, just say virgins, dude. Or like, yeah, virgin girls or something.
Right off the bat, I do want to say this movie is not for people who like cats. If you love cats, don't watch this movie.
You're going to see about 47 dead cats in this film.
And I have a feeling those were real dead cats.
Are you sure?
Oh, man.
No, I don't
think so.
Stephen
King in 92 was at the height of his cocaine.
What? And he legally would be able to like get me 47 cats, snap all their necks, skin 30 of them, hang them up. You think so? Because that's disgusting. I will easily dislike this film if any cats were killed in the making of this.
I don't think cats were killed, but they look pretty real.
Then I still like this film.
Right off the bat, it's this gentleman. His name. Do you remember what the main character's name is?
Charles Brady.
Charles Brady.
Right?
Yeah, and his mother, Mary.
Mary Brady. Oh, disgusting! Right from the get.
I didn't. I kind of thought they were mom and son, and then they started making out, and then I was like,
They're not mom and son. But then she's like, I love you, son. And he's like, I love you, mother. And they made it very obvious that this was an incestuous Oedipus relationship.
And, carries her up the stairs.
Yeah.
But, really struggled to pick her up.
And I don't think I didn't like the way they were dancing in the kitchen because he twirls her 5 or 6 times. She's dizzy.
They played that entire song.
Oh, Sleepwalk?
Yep.
The Johnny and Santo. What's this? Who are the musicians of that? Johnny and Santo or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
let's go with that.
Yeah, okay.
This movie had a great soundtrack for the first 3 songs, and then it turned into some garbage music.
I don't even remember the later music.
One of the songs was that one, and then another one that was pretty cool to hear.
Wow, I love those titles, and I love how specific you are with the titles. Can I say something about the music?
Please go ahead.
I didn't find the Sleepwalkers theme scary because you know where it's from?
What?
It's from a Fugees song, Ready or Not. Ready or Not, here I come.
Shit.
And I'm like, wow, I'm not scared or creeped out. I kind of just want to bob my head, and I'm waiting for Lauryn Hill to come in. God, where you at, Lauren?
Let's break it down the movie ICBTB style.
Let's do it ICBTB style. So the movie opens up with Charles. It opens up in Bodega Bay.
And I thought it was going to take place all in California.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful shot of the coastline, and then camera pans. You see 2 cops. Camera pans more.
They're
47
like, what the fuck happened
dead
here?
cats.
Yeah, hella dead cats hanging from trees, stapled to the wall, ripped in half. It's gross.
It's
gruesome.
Pretty gross.
And then they go inside this house, and there's this old corpse that looks like a dead body had been left into decay for years.
Yeah,
right?
And it was a young girl's corpse.
It's got braces and a rose behind its ear, and then they're like, "What the fuck is
going on?" And then it goes into the very cheesy opening,
long opening credits.
Sleepwalkers.
Ron Perlman's in this movie. That was a surprise.
Fucking loved Ron Perlman in this
movie. A little bit of a letdown, though, because they did not use him to his best ability.
No, they used him 5 or 10 minutes of him appears in the movie.
So then they get into Charles and Mary's incestuous lifestyle.
Or even before that, I want to talk about it. He was doing the very typical looking into a high school yearbook, has a heart around this girl's
and he's
picture.
carving a T with a knife.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is romantic. And then he gets a knife and starts carving the T. And I'm like, this is disgusting.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah, I remember we've done that before in high school. We would open up the yearbooks and we'd be like, oh, I think this girl's pretty. Who do you think is pretty?
I never did that.
You never did that?
No.
What did you look in the yearbook for? Just all the clubs and all the...
No, I reread what people wrote to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course the signatures, but you never looked at old pictures of crushes in high school?
I guess I haven't really looked at a yearbook in a long time.
We should do it.
You know when I go through a yearbook?
What?
When I get a new girlfriend and she comes over to the house for the first time. That's always a fun thing to do.
Do you want to show how cool you were back then?
I do like to try because no one...
What was your award? Most likely to brighten your day, right?
Yeah, I just want people to know who've met me now, post high school. I was like legitimately kind of popular in high school. Like I'm not trying to be a
popular,
dick.
dude.
I'm not trying to be like cocky or nothing because I wasn't like the coolest kid around, but people knew me.
Yeah.
Right.
You were a very unique individual.
And so like I'll get girlfriends who didn't know me in high school stuff, and I'll have to like try and explain to them like, oh yeah, like I was like kind of popular in high school, and they'll be like, I hated high school. High school sucked, and I was like, oh no, high school is dope. And they're like, why? Were you like a cool kid? And I'm like, I kind of guess so.
We had a cool class too. We got
a shout out
to everyone.
This has nothing to do with the movie, but so when does that ever stop us?
Right, all the time.
At graduation, do you remember what happened to me, you, and a buddy, a friend?
Oh, that's right. We were just sitting down.
I had no idea this was going to happen. All of a sudden, the principal was like, the school is really going to miss 3 people in particular.
We'd like to thank Alejandro Middleton, Christian Baltazar, and Austin Scott. Shout out Austin Scott. You're doing a great job on Broadway. We love you, dude. Miss you, man.
So he shouts us out, and he has us stand up, and we didn't expect that.
No, not at all. I was kind of like, whoa, this is great. Yeah, we stood up.
We all stood up, and because our last names are so far apart from each other, none of us were sitting near each other.
No.
And we're all like,
looking at each other from like across the fucking room, like pointing at each other like, hey, we got a shout out. This is the proudest moment of my life.
So this movie takes place in high school. Did you recognize? Okay, so this movie was filmed on the Universal Backlot. It had to have been filmed at the Universal Backlot.
How do you know that?
Because right off the bat, the downtown looks like Hill Valley from fucking Back to the Future.
Wow.
It looks, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that looks like the left side of Hill Valley.
You should put it side by side and see if it's actually the same.
I think that's the street that Marty has to go to take home, right? At the end of the street should be the theater. But they filmed it differently so you can't really tell. And then I knew it was when they were at the same high school that they used for Back to the Future.
Whoa.
And they used that high school again later on to pretend to be the outside of the police station. When one of the cops runs out, it says admissions on top. And I'm like, oh, I think that's the building that says gymnasium in Back to the Future Part 3. Like this was definitely like they filmed in some of a lot of the same places that Back to the Future was filmed.
Pretty famous high school. You know, I went to LA, I think in February of 2018 for some a cappella festival, and like it was a lot of the workshops were held in this high school, and I was like, this place looks oddly familiar, and I kept on looking around, and I was like, get the fuck out of town. This is the high school from Superbad.
Oh,
and
no
like,
way.
Yeah, and like Superbad's one of my favorite films. I really like the humor in Superbad. And so like I was like really geeking out, and I was like pulling up YouTube videos of snippets from Superbad, and I'd be like, this is that hallway. And I took pictures like in that hallway, and like I showed Alan Boo, like, dude, this is the hallway from that scene where Jonah Hill says, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. The thing about my back is that it's located on my dick. Good line.
Let's go ahead and break down this movie. One of the first scenes where we're introduced to the female lead is she's working in a movie theater.
Yes.
And it opens with a really cool oneer. Also, I think that's the movie theater from the fucking... so it's a oneer. It goes down into the movie theater. She's sweeping and listening to music.
Yeah.
And then
you love me?
And then she gets scared when Charles shows up.
Yeah.
So she's cleaning up as if the place is closed. I thought the place was closed.
Like, right?
And then he's like, I'll take a popcorn and a soda. Are they still showing movies? Because it looked like they had closed up already. It looked like they were cleaning up and they were done.
Because it was just her and her like manager or some shit.
And he had already left. And then Charles walks in. She gives Charles free soda and popcorn.
Yeah.
And you know my theory about people who give free food and drink at their job. They really like that person.
Oh, I mean, obviously, that whole interaction was extremely flirtatious. I liked it. Tanya, that actress, she was gorgeous. I did think she was very pretty. And she does this thing that I easily fall for. Is like the biting. Every single time she said something flirty to Charles, she would bite her lip, and I'd be like, "Oh my god!"
I actually got annoyed by that after a while.
Really?
Yeah. And then later on when she busted up her lips, I was like, "That's what you get."
Yeah, don't bite it because you're just gonna get a ton of blood in your mouth.
The movie has a handful of high school girls in this movie who talk as if they're like construction men.
They're
her friends. When they're like, oh, are you gonna go get a ride home with Charles? And then they do like a blowjob. They're like
so dirty,
construction
dude.
worker dirty,
really,
dude.
Just
they're
like
bad.
catcalling and whatnot. Yeah, they're just they're making fun of her. They're like, we'll get a ride home, but Tanya, you should get a ride with Charles, and mimicking like a BJ type thing.
Yeah, and so Charles is trying to seduce this girl so that he can bring her home to mother.
And he's doing a damn good job, might I say.
So that mother can eat her, I assume.
Yeah,
or do that like energy suck. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into something that we haven't
even
which is
talked
weird
about.
that we haven't talked
the
about yet.
Sleepwalker lore.
So what is a sleepwalker?
So a sleepwalker, like from the definition at the beginning, it said that it was like a type of species or something that derived from like a mix of felines and humans, and so they're
shape-shifting beings.
That's what it was. Yeah,
shape-shifting beings that are descendants of feline humans, and so they also are energy. Their energy. They suck the energy from young virgin girls to
women,
get power or to get life, and they think sleepwalkers are what vampires are based on.
Yeah, basically.
Shapeshifters are such a crazy fucking thing to me.
Yeah, there's like
That
where's
alone-
the boundary?
That alone could have been a crazy thing, but they have like multiple powers.
Yeah,
they can make other things disappear, people disappear.
They could change the color,
cars, and
turn into different cars.
things.
Yep. What do they call like when they were going invisible? When they were pulling like a Wonder Woman?
They call it like
dimming.
disappear, dimming.
They're like, do you have enough energy to dim?
He's like, no, I can try.
Son, can you get me a girl? Cause I'm famished.
She's so hungry and hangry. This whole movie is about a hangry cat shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Who is hot for her son.
And if she's so famished, why does she have all this energy to fuck her son, dude?
Oh my god, and like dance.
Yeah,
and
like you're doing a good
disappear,
job.
Turn the car invisible. But then she's like, also the street that they live on, I think is the street from what's the name of that show on
the show where?
There's a TV show and you get to go on in the Universal backlot when you take the tour. You drive down.
I have no clue. I haven't been to Universal.
It's pretty dope. A lot of it burned down, but it was pretty dope.
Oh damn!
But it's very recognizable. If you go on that trip, you'd recognize that street right away.
Okay, I'll let you know if I find out. I'm going to Universal next week.
Oh, rad!
Yeah.
Take the backlot tour. You can take a beer with you.
Ooh, really?
For sure. Yeah.
Super down for that.
Buy two. Yeah, this movie is all over the place. Justin, you really made us.
This is when I was looking at like snippets of like different parts of different scenes in the movie and like the whole poster for it and whatnot. I was like, man, this is gonna be a bad movie.
Oh yeah, I thought it was gonna be garbage, but it was fun.
No, my expectations were so low that it did not disappoint. It was fun, dude.
It's not Stephen King's best, but it is a good movie.
There's a reason for that. This is like I think this was Stephen King's first and maybe only film that he's written, but that wasn't based off of a pre-existing work.
Oh, he just made this straight a movie.
Yeah, wrote it straight into a movie. So that might be
interesting.
The cause of a lot of
he was
factors.
He was just going straight for it at that point. He's like, I'm not going to waste time with the first draft.
Fuck that. Cats can fuck these sleepwalkers up.
So these cats they're cats, but they're afraid of real cats. And we find out that's why in the last house they were killing all those cats.
Yeah.
So they have all these traps. Mom and Charles have these
bear
traps set up, literal bear traps, to try and catch these fucking cats. And in the beginning they seem like they're not good at catching cats.
No, these cats are a little smart. They're trying to get food from the bear trap.
And the cats are multiplying. There's more and more throughout the film. They're
many.
Terrified by these cats, and there's like 40 in their driveway.
And these cats are brave. They're just getting closer and closer to their house, and they're scaring the shit out of them. My favorite cat is Clovis, dude. Andy, the sheriff.
The kill cat.
The kill cat, dude. Kill cat was killing it. Man, there was that whole chase scene where
oh my god, that chase scene was straight from a line of cocaine, dude. I said, this is my note: car chase equals cocaine fuel equals children crossing, of course.
That's your note. How do you take notes in school if that's
This is why I'm not in school.
This is how you go. Car chase equals cocaine use. What does that mean? I don't want to see your notes from high school, if there were even any.
Wow, there are none.
No, I don't blame you.
No, I just think Stephen King was doing the most Stephen King thing in this movie, where he's like, and then this, and then this, and then
also this. I'm a fucking genius. That's the best way to put it.
Right? Every scene is just like, he's like, all right, so I got this cop idea. And then he's got not an attack dog, he's got an attack cat. And then he's gonna get in a car chase. He's gonna and then the car chase is gonna come across children.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna seem like he runs over a child.
But not.
Hang on. Where the fuck did that bag go?
Where'd it go?
Where the fuck did?
You spilled it?
Here it is.
And then
they're gonna be shapeshifters. Mr. King, should I be writing all of this down?
You're talking too fast, Mr. King. Can you slow down just a bit or speed up? That's completely fine. All right.
Somebody make me some coffee. I need to get going.
Dude, Stephen King shows up in the movie. He's the cemetery caretaker.
He's a cemetery caretaker, but is he top billed in this movie?
Why is he
everything that I saw online had him top billed.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be Charles Brady.
I thought, yeah, you said that when I brought this movie up, you're like, I think Stephen King's also like the main actor in this. I'm like, oh, that's weird. He usually makes like cameos or like a secret little like Alfred Hitchcock sort of thing.
Or
and
like a Quentin thing.
And you were like, no. He's like on the top of the list of everything. And sure enough, when I looked up, he was.
Right?
Has one line that he says 3 times.
Yeah, that's it.
And then doesn't even pay off. The third person he finally gets to the sheriff to talk to, and the sheriff's like, yeah, fuck you, walk away.
Yeah, his character holds no weight. He was like, what's going on here? This place is locked up. It's not my fault or some shit like that.
Kids fuck kids in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Also, is that a problem? Do kids fuck kids in graveyards?
I guess there's something about that, like, what do you call it? What's the word for it? Where you're not allowed to do it. Like that risk that makes it sexy.
This movie had a lot of clever ways to kill people.
Yes. Oh, I do have a list of kills if you'd like to hear them.
I would love to go down your list of kills.
All
because
right.
This movie's insane.
Okay, kill number 1.
Ooh.
So Charles is stopped by his history professor or creative writing professor. I'm sorry.
That guy, okay,
Mr.
real quick.
Fallows.
Hard on for trying to solve a mystery that he
Yes.
should just like take to the principal and be like, hey, this is clearly forged, and then let them handle it.
Yeah. Okay. I was reading something online of a plot summary, and it said that Mr. Fallows, the teacher, was trying to sexually assault Charles. Did you get that? Right? I didn't get that at all because he was closing the door. Was he trying to get at Charles? Blackmail him?
If that's sexually assault, then
yeah.
I have to really reassess what I think sexual assault is because
that was
just weird.
It was weird. He stopped him. He like bashed Charles' hand in between the car door, and then he gets
then in return Charles rips
his hand off,
which was insane,
gruesome. And he's like, "I'm sorry," runs into the forest, and then Charles just eats up Mr. Fallows.
Again, here's how they wrote that scene. Then he gets stopped by the teacher.
What? Can we just get a cop to stop him? But the teacher
and the
only
teacher's
shows
gonna
up
want
once.
nope.
Are you sure?
Nope.
Mr. King,
Nope.
you
Nope.
okay? All right, then we're writing it in.
Did we name the teacher yet?
Mr. Fallows.
No, I like phallus better.
Mr. Phallus?
Yep.
Mr. King, do you realize what phallus means?
Yep.
All
Mr.
right.
Phallus.
I'm writing it in.
Excellent. Excellent. This is good. I would also like for the worst injury that people can ever see on television. Oh, you mean like a paper cut or something? No. Someone's hand getting caught in a car door.
Yeah, that. And then like in excruciating pain.
Excellent.
Wow. This is going to be gold.
This is going to be great.
Mr. King, can I say, Mr. King, Stephen King's ugly. No wonder he's
got a face for radio.
Yeah, he's looks into the mirror and he's inspired. He's like, wow, I'm so scary. I'm going to write a scary story.
One day, he looked into the mirror. It must have been a day when he hadn't done any cocaine. And he looked into the mirror and he goes, oh my God, I'm a shapeshifter.
I need to write Sleepwalkers.
I thought I knew what a sleepwalker was because I thought I had heard something about sleepwalkers, but what I had heard about were things called skinwalkers.
Oh, ooh, what is that?
There was a place called Skinwalker Ranch. It's a weird place. We can discuss the paranormal activity that went on in there. That's a real thing that I wonder if...
This is a scary place?
Oh, it's fucking crazy.
Like
what
one
they
of
did
like
Skinwalker
a
Ranch.
haunted
Yeah, they like
location?
destroyed animals and like...
Where's it located?
In America.
Okay, that really narrows it down for me. Thank you so much.
Kill number 2.
Kill number 2. Charles kills cop with pencil in ear.
John Wick kill. I wrote that down as John Wick kill, but doesn't actually kill him with the pencil.
No, because he gets back up and that pencil goes deep.
That pencil is deep in his brain.
Yeah, and he was like, Stephen King was like, he's not dead yet. What kills him is a shot to the gut.
Yeah, because the Skinwalker, this Sleepwalker.
Yeah.
Shoots him. Why didn't that cop shoot him right off the bat? This is America. Cops shoot first and ask questions never.
Yep. Oh man, this was that how America was in 1993?
Yeah, you hear about Rodney King?
But this cop was pretty cool though. This oh shit. Oh, but this cop was super cool. Andy the cop, he has one of my favorite lines in the film. He's holding a toy over Clovis, his cat.
He's like, get the bad guy.
He's like, get the bad guy, get the bad guy, get the bad guy. And he says, get the motherfucker.
He sings a song later on too,
Which I think is completely improvised.
I was gonna ask you, is that a real song?
I don't think so. None of it rhymed.
Has he practiced that song before?
Probably, or they were just like on the set and they were like, hey, Andy the sheriff, you're gonna get in there.
You know what it was? It's
What?
like when you read Shakespeare and there's like a song, but because Shakespeare's written so long ago, nobody knows how the song went. So like everybody has their own version of how the song goes.
Yeah.
If you read A Midsummer's Night's Dream, that happens a couple of times. So I imagine it was like that. He like goes to Stephen King. He's like, hey, I noticed there's a song. Is this a singing part?
Yeah.
Stephen King's like, yeah. Just
do whatever.
Just make it up on the spot.
We trust you. And he was like, okay. All right.
Why did they? Okay, continue with the kill list.
Okay. I'm really curious as to what he had to say.
Continue with the kill list.
Okay. We'll get back to it. Kill number 3. So, Tanya's dad gets a vase to the face.
Oh.
Right? He opens the door.
Is that 3?
That's the third kill.
Okay, so they take that's quite deep into the movie.
Yeah, it's not until like the last 20 minutes that most of the kills happen.
Because Charles has already been fucked up and is on the verge of death.
Yeah.
So she's going after them to kidnap the girl so Charles can have the energy and
The
live.
life force, yes.
She walks in up to the door and smashes his face on the dad. He falls to the ground. Mom sees him on the ground. Instead
Crying.
of nobody assesses the room when they walk in. They
No.
see him on the floor and dive to him on the floor. They don't look around. They don't look to see what's happening. They dive to the floor.
Yeah.
Then the cop comes into the room. Does almost the same thing. Does not pull his gun. I'm sorry, he's not a cop. He's a deputy.
Deputy Horace.
And here was one of my point that I was going to make.
Okay.
Why does Stephen King hate deputies?
I don't know. He's
He
always
makes
killing them
every
off.
deputy look like an absolute dumb shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand why that's happening. And like,
Why do every single deputy is like, they're almost like Keystone Cops. They're almost like shooting themselves in the foot. Like,
you know how he dies? And I'm jumping a little bit, but you know how he dies?
yeah, I do.
Gets an ear of corn into his
Corn
back.
cob. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish I wrote down the line that she says. She says,
Oh, I
wrote it down. I wrote it down. She says,
Good.
no vegetables, no dessert. You know the rules.
Okay, tough gal.
Stephen King wrote that one and was like, I do know.
This is fucking comedy gold.
When Charles gets his ass beat by the main chick, when he starts stealing her life force, she's like, "Get the fuck off me!" And then she like kicks his ass.
Yeah.
She's getting the cops are there finally meet up with her.
Yeah.
And they're like, "I need to take pictures of the bruises." She has no bruises on
They're
her
like,
face.
and so she turns her head to the left. and
Zero
there's
bruises.
and
She's
they
got a
take
couple
picture.
cuts, some deep lacerations that
Yeah.
she should have gotten stitches for. I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on TV, but she should have gotten stitches.
Yeah.
And she has 0 bruises.
She was getting cut up, and that's what they wanted to focus on. I want to go back to that living room scene with the kills.
When the cop is getting killed.
Yes.
Okay, the cop is running away because he shoots all 6 bullets at a target, maybe about 5
He's
feet away.
missing
Okay.
every single bullet. This
Now-
guy is a fucking clone trooper.
Police officers typically carry a 38 special, which is not a big gun. It is a fairly light gun that most people can carry. Probably weighs between 5 and 6 pounds. Short barrel, between 5 inches and 3.5 inches. Okay, now that's not going to be the most accurate gun you can shoot, but that is going to be pinpoint accurate.
But this
At
guy's
about 10 feet.
and it's not like he's even getting close to Mary.
He doesn't
with these
even
shots.
pull the gun up to his eye to aim. He is just like from the hip.
He's doing hip fire,
Wild
man.
shooting.
Yeah.
All 6 shots without once even thinking about aiming.
Yeah,
Okay.
he hits like a vase. He hits a clog. He hits the wall. Nothing.
Hits everything. There's 6 paintings around her.
Yeah.
Because he hits all 6 paintings, runs away, grabs the phone instead of his radio.
Oh my
and is
gosh.
phoning the police. Okay.
Who hired this dude?
He gets stabbed in the back by the corn on the cop, falls to the ground, and we hear the police commissioner on the other phone. They're like, "Why the fuck aren't you talking back? Where are you? How come you're not talking to us? You called us. What's going on? What's going on?" That means he's dead.
Yeah.
Why
How
do
you guys
none of the
not
police
know?
officers know
Send
this?
back up. You guys know what's going
They are
on.
they have the worst dispatch in the world. When your favorite cop is calling dispatch,
Oh, Andy?
he's talking to the radio dispatcher.
Yeah.
She's ending every conversation with the word "bye."
Bye. They don't know how to communicate.
What's your location? Bye.
Yeah. Over here. Bye.
No, he doesn't. Just her. She does.
Oh, just her.
Instead of saying over, instead of being like, "What's your 1022 over?" She's going, "What's your location over?" Okay, Randy. And she's using first names. She is the worst dispatcher
the new
ever.
Dispatcher that's gonna get fired, especially after this. Like while she was on the job, 7 cops died.
Next kill.
Next kill. Tanya's mom gets thrown out the window. Not
she doesn't die from that though.
Does she not die? Does she come back later?
Yeah, because one of the cops picks her up and she's like, "Get out! That's the woman who attacked my."
Oh, that's right.
When she's just like dragging Tanya by the hair, she's dragging her.
Oh yeah.
Fucking just like boom, boom, boom.
Fucking get in the car.
The cops are like, "Drop the girl! Drop the fucking girl!" Then she picks up a gun and starts shooting the police
cars, and they explode. What are in these guns?
Yes, what gun is this?
How come? Okay, there's something wrong with these cop guns.
Bursts into flame. Is that kill 6?
Yeah, there's about 6 dead right there. Boom.
The cop bursts into flames.
Yeah, they're running around on fire.
Very ironic because we'll get to it later.
Okay, there's a huge spectrum of like the effectiveness of these cop guns because Horace's gun.
It's the same type of gun that Horace has,
but there's something wrong, and it's a Horace's shit shot.
Cars explode. It's like that cheat code in Grand Theft Auto, where bullets make things explode.
Wow, we see what you're doing, Stephen King.
Yeah. Oh my god. Next death.
Next kill.
So all those cops die. So we're at what? Kill 7, 8 now.
Probably we're up there in the numbers, 8. Dude. So Mary kills Horace. We already went through that. Mary bites Ron Perlman's fingers.
So Ron Perlman shows up.
Yeah.
Hellboy.
He's the state police captain.
No, he's a deputy.
Is he?
He's the head deputy. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I think he's the lead deputy because when the other deputies are fucking up, he's yelling at them.
Yeah. It's obvious that he has some power there. And Ron Perlman's doing the Ron Perlman thing, being very aggressive.
But no mustache.
No, yeah, he looked weird. It was just like...
You look very young.
Very young. But yeah, he was doing great.
His fingers bit off. Gets fucked up.
Yeah, his fingers get bit off, and then she like twists his arm so hard that his his forearm bone snaps out of his arm, and it's disgusting. And then he falls to the ground.
I want to say one of my favorite lines.
What?
Okay, is from Mary when she smashes the vase on the dad. She's walking into the house, and the mom is like, "What?" She dives for the dad. And the mom goes, "You have a lovely home." Oh, and she starts complimenting the house. Why doesn't the mom turn to him and be like, "Who the fuck are you?
She's not
what the fuck is happening here?" There are so many questions that nobody asks. I would have been like, so fucking... So if I was that mom, let me put myself in her shoes. My husband I see him on the ground, covered in glass, bloody. The person who did that is walking into my house going, "You have a lovely home." I would be like, what the fuck is going on?
Why'd you hurt my husband? You know what that scene reminded me of?
Because Christmas Vacation.
Oh no, that's a good one. I was gonna say, since they're all coming in one right after the other and just dying. It reminds me of that SNL skit where Andy Samberg and Shia LaBeouf, they all come in. And
what you say? It was the remake of the end of One Tree Hill or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because they all just walk into the room, not knowing what's going on.
And then 2 cops are going to read this letter and realize that they don't trust each other.
Oh man, that's one of my favorite SNL skits.
Next death
is Mary shoots. We went through that. Mary shoots cop cars and they explode. And then the last sheriff that was at Mary and Charles's house, he gets picked up and he is impaled by the fence post. And that's how he dies. What a shitty death. And I think that adds up to about maybe 12 or...
You missed one.
What?
You missed 2, technically. Mary's death.
Oh, I knew you were going to bring that up.
And Charles's death.
Yes.
Mary gets attacked by about 8 cats.
Yeah, she's getting...
Those cats, she snaps one of their necks and throws that dead cat.
Yeah, a cat jumps at her. God, you see this limp cat on the floor.
Whap.
Damn.
This movie is insane.
And then, one of the this I will say was actually like very creepy to me is when
they turn to their normal form.
Not necessarily.
They're like wet larva, like alien 1950 alien costumes.
Exactly. To be specific, it's when Charles is dying on the couch in his home, and
that's gonna give me nightmares.
Mary brings Tanya, and like Mary starts playing Charles's favorite song, Sleepwalker, and he's like, "Do you want to dance? Is that going to make you happy?"
Oh, she like does the zombie dance.
Oh God! And Tanya is forced to dance with Charles, and he's slowly but surely turning back into his original form.
So gross.
and it's so gross. And the way that Tanya kills Charles, sticks both of her thumbs into each one of his eyes. And then Mary's like, stop doing that.
A lot of eye gouging in this movie.
Yeah,
a lot of eye gouging.
Stephen King stopped getting creative with kills, with the exploding cop cars, the corner of the cob into the back. Not his best, but also very entertaining. Very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, thanks, Justin. I have multiple times I was like, what the fuck? I laughed out loud a couple of times at some deaths. I had to avert my eyes at a couple of deaths. I had to just like shake my head at a couple of deaths.
There's something about like old school 90s like prosthetics and makeup that make it a bit creepier. Like when they were back in their original form, like that would be way scarier than seeing it in CGI. Honestly.
I think so. Because it just looked gross.
Yeah, dude, it does look gross. You got a best person on set?
I don't. Let me give that a little bit of think. Let me hear what yours is.
Okay, mine is gonna go to Clovis, the killer cat. That's the hardest working cat in that film. And there was a lot of like sentiment with that cat because once Andy, the sheriff, Clovis's owner, dies, there's a sweet little moment where Clovis kind of just lays on the dead, and that makes me sad. Like, because animals are smart, they know when something's wrong. Yeah. They will lay with those that are sick. They will lay with those that have passed away, and they can miss people. Was that enough time?
Yeah, plenty of time. I think the best person on set has got to be Stephen King, dude.
With as much shit as we were talking about this,
he's doing the most. This is
most cocaine.
This is Stephen King through and through and through and through and through and through. Not his best, not his worst. It's definitely
right there in the middle.
Stephen King.
Entertaining. You recommend this film?
I would think it. I think it is a funny Halloween movie. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
It is Cats meets Carrie, dude.
Guys, bundle up with a bunch of your friends. Just be ready to watch this film and
get a little weird. You know what I mean? Get a little weird. Maybe smoke a little drink. You know what I mean? Drink a little beer.
Drink a little whiskey.
Yeah, a little sippity smoke, and then like relax and put on this movie.
Yeah.
It is creepy enough to like give you the little heebie-jeebies,
but also
silly
enough.
So silly that you're not gonna have nightmares.
Yeah, you could have conversations in the middle of it. You won't miss
a
damn
go and get
thing.
popcorn. It's not gonna be.
It'll be nice.
While I was watching this movie, my dad was watching Mission Impossible Fallout, and so I was kind of half watching Mission Impossible Fallout.
Your right eye on Mission Impossible, your left eye.
Such a good movie.
On the other one.
Check out Mission Impossible Fallout, guys.
That's what we're gonna
Henry
recommend
Cavill
at the end of this.
Looks great with a mustache. We owe Justin a couple of things.
Yeah.
Actually, 1,000 things.
1,000.
So let's go ahead and begin with that. Shout out to Justin
Costa?
Costa?
Costa. It's up to you, dude.
I like Costa because it reminds me of Bob Costa.
Do you want to go? Are we shouting out Bob Costa then?
Yeah, let's shout out Justin Costa.
Okay. Shout out to Justin Costa. Shout out to Justin Costa. Shout out to Justin Costa.
Shout out to Justin Costa.